Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelly Phillips. Today I'm joined by Felipe Martinez. Felipe is the Director of Franchise Development for Estrella Insurance. With over 40 years of service and over 200 franchises, Estrella is committed to helping customers find the coverage they need at an affordable rate. Stick around for more Beyond the Brand. Are you paying too much for insurance, or maybe you're just confused about what coverage you actually need? Today, we brought in an expert to help clear things up. We're here with Felipe Martinez from Estrella Insurance, who specializes in finding the right coverage at the best price. And Felipe, I've got to ask first, what led you down this path to insurance to begin with?
Kelly, it's a pleasure to be here. Our company has its roots, really back in the 1970s, before auto insurance was a legally mandated product. When it becomes one, our founder was actually in the life insurance business, and everybody at this point needed the car insurance product. There was a lot of unserved markets in the working class, especially in South Florida, where our business began. And we started really gearing our product and our service towards them in the working class segment to be able to help them find affordable and really competitive insurance products that sometimes national insurance or your traditional insurance captive agent just didn't have access to.
So this is a franchise. Tell me when you got into this franchise and what led you to go with this particular group.
I got started with the company now about 8 years ago. I've always been in sales my whole life and in business development. About 8 years ago, I had a very interesting meeting with our current CEO, and I've been handling all of the really franchise development for the organization. Since then, we are a company that is completely based on the franchising model. Today, we have 230 stores, and everything is owned and operated by franchisees, from single to multi-unit owners. We, Kelly, owned and operated corporate stores many years back. In fact, we did it for 27 years, all the way till 2008, when we took the plunge. We knew the market well and our business well, and we decided to franchise, and we haven't looked back since. We converted all of our corporate stores, and today we are dedicated to expanding solely through franchising and supporting the franchisees, making sure they have the tools to succeed.
Wow. So what sets Estrella Insurance apart from other franchises that are in insurance?
The ability to offer consumers options from national and regional insurance carriers, not only competitive and relevant insurance companies that we have access to in the marketplace, but we are a bit different because we own and operate our own auto insurance company as well. Then we combine this with a leader in each community, which is our franchisees, right? Giving them those tools to offer the competitive product. And we make sure that the franchisee is obviously the right one to back it up with excellent service. So that way we can provide the product, the pricing, and the service to back it up.
It sounds like you've been growing ever since 2008, but how has your franchise grown just in the past year? And where do you see this going in the next 5 years?
Well, our business started in Florida, Kelly, and thankfully we've been very successful here. We've now been able to expand into 8 other states. Over the past year, we've opened up about 20 new outlets, but added significantly more territories to the pipeline as we continue to open up new stores. We foresee ourselves continuing to expand in our native market in Florida, where we have stores down from the Keys up to Jacksonville and beyond. We have stores, like I said, in another 8 states. We continue to gear towards the franchising model. We have expanded not only into single unit operations, but many, multi-unit operators and even area representatives. So depending on the investor, we have everything from a single unit opportunity all the way up to a master franchise or an area representative kind of model as well.
Now, you mentioned that you come from a sales background. Is that something that's important for somebody who wants to become a franchisee for this model?
Sales experience, really somebody that is great with people, customer service, because that is what it takes to succeed here. We provide the franchisees the tools they need, from the branding, the training, the technical knowledge, the technology, and the support. What we look for is an individual that is adept in sales, leading teams, and great with customer service. Really, insurance experience is not the most relevant item for us, because that's where we come in. We look for those soft skills and those people skills, which are really the difference maker to succeed in this business.
So do you interview these potential franchisee owners before they become a franchisee to know if they fit the brand?
Yes, we have an extensive discovery process where they learn about us and we learn about them through several interviews with myself, with other members of our team from our operations, our training team. We really like to get to know the investor completely to make sure that their goals and our goals are aligned and we're going to be a great fit. Because as you probably know, in franchising, a great fit between the franchisor and the franchisee is ultimately what it takes for the model to succeed.
Yeah, it can make or break a franchise. For those interested in becoming a franchisee for Estrella, it doesn't seem like there is a whole lot of out-of-pocket cost. It's not like you're saying, oh, I've got this truck that you have to buy, but there are costs involved. Can you kind of go through those with us?
Happy to. The total investment with us, Kelly, ranges between $50,000 to $84,000. We are a brick and mortar based business, which is still a very relevant piece really for us, not only for dealing with customers in person, but from a marketing perspective, it's still very relevant. So our franchise fee, which is included in that total investment, is $25,000. And usually for setting up a 600 to 1,200 square foot retail operation, we estimate those expenses can be about $25,000 to $45,000, depending on the location and the region in the country. So it's a total investment under $100K. Our business has the advantage that we make revenue as we sell legally required insurance policies, but we also have recurring revenue as customers renew and they're happy with the service. So our business model is based on a legally required product. We also benefit from the renewal aspect and that recurring revenue. And all of this can be started with an investment under $100,000.
And like you said, if you've got great customer service, you're going to have a higher percentage of those return customers where you're not having to go out and pound the streets, so to speak. Is that correct?
Sure. Renewals eventually end up taking the majority of the business. In the beginning, marketing new business, obviously very important, but the longer our franchisees are at it, the more of the book of business comes from satisfied customers. And those renewals not only bring us more revenue, but it is those satisfied customers that ultimately are the ones that refer us to their friends, to their family, and those referrals are gold. And they're the number one reason for the success of our company and the success of the franchisees is ultimately the service and the value we provide to the customer.
I love how you put it, that those return customers are gold, because that's truly what it is. Felipe, we need to take a quick break, but if you would stick around, we've got lots more questions for you.
Great. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you. We'll be right back. And we're back with Felipe Martinez to talk more about franchise opportunities with Estrella Insurance. And Felipe, I've got to ask, y'all are pretty much entrenched in Florida, 8 other states, but are there other territories that are open?
Where you are, Texas is a huge opportunity for us. It is a market that we are still growing in the Houston metro, the Dallas metro. We are just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more room to develop. Other great markets that we have stepped foot in and we have ample room for growth are going to be Chicago, Illinois, North Carolina. We have stores across Raleigh and nearby areas, and there's tons of opportunity there. Charlotte, Colorado is another great market. Utah is untapped for our space as well. There are plenty of opportunities abroad, and we even have a lot of territory available still in a lot of parts of northern Florida. For example, Jacksonville, just a handful of stores now and doing great, and so much more potential there for growth.
And what's interesting is your franchise with insurance, like you said, by law, you have to have auto insurance. What types of other insurance does Estrella offer?
We offer primarily legally required products, but we offer pretty much every kind of risk. Our agents will insure homes, businesses, flood insurance, health insurance, life insurance. Very little risk that we can't insure. Our business benefits primarily from the legally required products. Well, because they're legally required. I'll never forget when I started in this business, my boss said to me, in this life, you're going to pay your funeral, your taxes, and your insurance. Nobody can get away from that.
I think Ryan and I were talking earlier, and I think everybody thinks at some time in their life they are insurance poor. Is that a true statement, do you think?
It's something that is ingrained in the culture here in the U.S., and it's just a product that has become almost a commodity. Mm-hmm. And the auto insurance aspect is interesting because it starts to become less of a sale, but more of a service, because the consumer legally needs it. They are looking for the right coverage, the right price, and the right service, and we aim to fill that niche in every one of our stores.
Tell us about the training that goes into when somebody becomes a franchisee.
Sure. So we have an extensive 6-week training program. We do 2 weeks of corporate training where we teach our franchisees the theory and the administration of the business, everything from marketing to the technology to employees and the expansion of the business. And then we do 4 weeks of application of that theory. We want our franchisees to then spend 4 weeks at one of our successful up and running stores where they essentially are going to get completely involved in the business and the ins and outs, hands-on for 4 weeks to truly prepare them for all the scenarios that we may encounter during the life of the business. I always say that nobody learns an industry in 6 weeks. So we have a dedicated operations team which holds our franchisees' hands from the beginning, guiding them through the first stages of growth in the business down to multi-unit expansion as well.
That still seems like a short amount of time, 6 weeks. Once they, start their own brick and mortar in their location, they still have access to phone calls where they can call somebody within Estrella Insurance and say, I've got this something that came up and I need help, and you can walk them through it?
We have the marketing teams, the operational teams to provide that support. They are available via phone, via email, but we also do a lot of, in person. We send constantly our field personnel to visit the stores, usually anywhere from 2 to 3 times a year to meet with the owners. We meet with the franchisees also in group settings for our advisory board to get their feedback. I think one of the most important things that has led us to correct things in the business over the years has been the feedback from our franchisees. We take that very much to heart. So it's really a relationship that we have with them. This isn't a concept where the initial training is done and off you go. We are with them not only from the beginning, but even also to the exit. We assist a lot of franchisees to make a profitable exit. We've had franchisees able to sell their business for $500,000 to over $3 million. So we guide them in that aspect as well, because that is the end goal with most for most business owners, right? Is to be able to make a great exit when the time comes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially becoming an entrepreneur. That's one thing that you want is long-term success. Can you tell us a success story from maybe your top performing franchisee?
Boy, we have a lot. But if I have had to choose the top performing franchisee, it's a great story. It's a family unit, specifically two brothers. One of their wives starts in the business with us alongside them with one store in Orlando. The two brothers actually came from outside of the insurance space. One of them used to work with the airport and TSA. They got involved in the business. They learned the insurance model with us and the franchising model and what it takes to succeed. They have, over the years, now become our top franchisee in terms of revenue and in terms of units. They own today and operate 15 locations. They have even taken a step beyond single unit to become area developers, and now even beyond to become area representatives, helping us expand the brand and provide support to franchisees in their markets. So this is a franchisee that has crossed literally all the thresholds that franchising has to offer, and is a great example of what you get when you get a good alignment and when you get a good franchisee that follows the system to the T.
I've got to ask, is there one word to kind of describe your journey working with Estrella Insurance that maybe would parlay into somebody else's experience?
For me, if I had to pick one word, it would be fulfilling. While we have many seasoned entrepreneurs in the ranks, I can't tell you, Kelly, how many franchisees we have that have never owned a business in their life. And we see them come with literally life savings and everything that they've worked for leading to this moment. And to be able to look at some of these folks in the eyes after they have a few years in the operation, to see them with employees, to see them expand. Some individuals that maybe never even dreamt that they could be business owners, and to help people achieve that consistently, to me, is just fulfilling to the maximum extent of that word.
Now, there are probably some folks out there that are watching going, could this be for me? Maybe so. It sounds like a great investment, low cost entry fee. How do they go about finding out more?
Well, we strike up a conversation. I always invite folks to either reach out directly to me as Director of Franchising. I'm happy to provide my contact info, my phone number, my direct email. We have tons of great information on our main estrellafranchise.com website, where individuals can get a lot of great details on our business model, on the industry, see testimonials. They can reach out that way to us. My personal cell here as director is 954-937-9471. So any viewer that wants to reach out directly, more than happy to learn about your goals with this.
Felipe Martinez, thanks for sharing your insights with us today, and hopefully your phone starts ringing off the wall.
Kelly, thank you so much for this space and for your time and dedication to this.
Thank you very much. Felipe Martinez with Estrella Insurance. Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, a 24/7 live stream, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.